And good morning. It is a early Friday morning as we do have thunderstorms moving to the area. We've got several thunderstorm warnings that have been issued this morning. And I want to go over all this. If you are in southern or western Clarke County, be prepared. You have serious thunderstorms that are getting ready to approach you. Let's pull up radar where you know exactly where this stuff is. Now, as we zoom in all of this area, right here is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to last until 6:15. A tornado watch remains in effect as well as we look at all of this down through here for Clarke. This is also Jasper County and Clarke County. As we zoom in on this, as you'll see there, this is Wayne County also involved in this. But let's take a look at the leading storms overall of where this is headed and where you need to be careful. Let's turn on locations so we'll know a little bit more. All of these red circles that are here. Now, I don't want to panic anyone. These are not on the ground, but they are in the air, so to speak, and they're shear winds, which means it can cause damage. We have seen these in the past where you'll start seeing things blow around. Let's look at this. Let's go just west of Shibuya here. This one here, the shear winds, and again, let me say this, it's in the air, has 91.94 miles an hour. That's pretty strong shear winds, again, in the air. All of this area that is moving into southern Clarke County. So if you live in that area, I want you to be weather alert over the next few moments. All of this west right now of Shibuya. Let's zoom in on this. If you live in the neighborhood of Highway 18 Harmony Baptist Church, let's get a closer look at this. As you'll look at radar here, here's Harmony Baptist Church. Some shear winds just due south of there at about 58 miles an hour. Out to the southwest of there, this one is at 70 miles an hour, and a third one at 69 miles an hour. As we zoom in right here, this is going to be the Goodwater community. This is coming up on Goodwater. We got shear winds mixed in here at 70 miles an hour. Two of these storms here. Each of these are a mile wide. This one is running at about 81 miles an hour. And this is going to be approaching right there at County Road 250 in the next few moments. Again, this is not tornadoes. This is shear winds. It can blow things around. Sometimes they pass. You never even know that it happened. It's in the air. But we do have a lot of activity down here this morning. This is Highway 45. Here's the Dollar General. This is going to be to the northwest of there. As we zoom in on this, coming out of this is County Road 216, just north of there. We got some shear winds clocking. This is that heavier one than we had it right at 92 miles an hour this morning. As we come right across the Clarke line right here, if we'll look at this to give you some relation, this is Shibuya, and we'll go due west over here just across the county line. I want to say that's Utica is where this is in Wayne County. As you come into Clarke County, this is going to be County Road 225, and this is sitting right on top of 223. That's running at about 81 mile an hour shear winds right here. So there's a lot of rain and wind here in the southwestern portion of Clarke County that we're watching this morning. Again, all right, we've got a new one popped up just on the outside of equipment that we want to look at here. And if you'll look at this, all of this is heavy rain, but right here on this Clarke from Heidelberg, say 3 to 4 miles into Clarke County, heavier rain. That's pouring. And let's zoom in on this. Here's Pachuta. As we come across here, this is going to be on County Road 512, Pleasant Hill Baptist Church. So this will be to the southeast of there. Here is Elwood, and this is going to be mostly the rural route. This is going to be over pine trees where this is located at this point. We don't necessarily have any roads right through here, but we're showing shear winds in that area there, again in the air at about 81 miles an hour. So what I'm saying is pay close attention. If you look at these storms, it's going to cut through the Quitman area. This is Archusa. If you live out in this area near Cooper's Chapel, all of these are moving to the northeast. If you're on the western side of the county, this is going to cut across and move easterly across the county. That's what we're looking at. Now, as we've seen the storm now, as we look at our watch box, has been shortened. Here's Enterprise. It's going to be east of Enterprise now. This will go up to the county line, barely right there at Lauderdale County, right at Clarkdale is the cutoff this point. Mathis Peaches here. This is going to cut right at Stonewall. Sitting right here is Long's Fish Camp. The severe thunderstorm warning is less than a half a mile now due east of Longs. It will cut across, take in downtown Stonewall where the severe thunderstorm warning is. Now, just north of Quitman, let's look at this. Here's Highway 45. Here's the co-op and the county. Here's the airport there. As we zoom in on this, we're showing some shear winds here also this morning of about 68 mile an hour. And this is going to be on County Road 159. So if you live right in this area here, this is Palestine Road, County Road 159. This is going to be southwest. Here's Highway 45. Here's Clarko, so this is going to be to the southwest of there. Here's the airport. Here's that. Sheer winds passing over that area. We've got heavy rains out here at Cooper's Chapel, all the way back to the county line over to Lake Edens. Heavy, heavy rains. Now, we'll look at this. This is just barely a few hundred yards away from Jace Taxidermy, where the railroad track comes through. Storms are going to be cutting across. This is going to reach Lisbon, Alabama in about 30 minutes, these storms. So be prepared as it cuts across from there. Again, thunderstorm warnings, and this is what they are this morning, but it is some heavy rain. Let's look at Lauderdale County. Now, we had a power line down just a little bit ago, Poplar Springs Drive, up at around 60th, 68 Court, right along in there. This would be behind Last Chance convenience store there on 493. As we zoom in on this, we're showing heavy rains as you come up Highway 45. As you get here to the Evangel Temple, heavy rain through there. Rains are starting to make it now over to where the Ag Center is. We go back all the way to the Split is where the heavy rain is. East of Chunky, Lazy Acres, all of this area up Highway 19, passing Isles and Walmart, all the way right up to the rain will take a break as you get to Battlefield. This is going to take in all of West Lauderdale area out to the Naval Base, and we do have rain now moving into Lauderdale, so Dalewood, y'all get ready. You got some rain coming here, but the heavier rain on the west side of Meridian and the southern portion, but it will make its way across the county. Now, again, there's not a warning for Lauderdale County, but that does not change the fact that it is heavy, heavy rain. Lillian, as you pointed out, it's been stormy here in North Lauderdale, Bailey area for quite a while. It has. Diane Hill, good morning to you. Carol Neal watching, thank you. I appreciate you watching. But we have a lot of storms moving through the area this morning. Now, everything south of Meridian, if you'll look at this, is under a tornado watch until 10 a.m. All of this yellow. Let me turn off radar where you get a good look of what's going on here. This is what we've got. This is going to be Lauderdale County. Right here, this is Clarke County, this is Jasper. All of this area, Butler, these areas here under a tornado watch until 10 a.m. Now, as you'll see here, we got some more storms that have popped up in Clarke County. So let's go back and take another look at Clarke County because we want y'all to be absolutely aware of what's going on. These are some pretty strong storms that are moving in. If you live Highway 45 from there back to the west right now is the concern in Clarke County that we're watching. Let's look at this. Let's start at Shibuda, and let's work our way up through here. Right here, just north of Shibuda, here is your Dollar General. Let's zoom in on this if you live in the Shibuda area. We got winds. This is going to be High Street is where this is. As this passes over ahead of the storm, these winds. Here's another system that's coming across. Sheer winds of 81 miles an hour. Now, and let me be clear about this. I don't want anybody to think this is tornadic activity. If you were to put this on a scale of 1 to 10 of being a tornado, this is only a 2.9 is what this means. It means that winds are in the air. We've got a lot of wind blowing with the storm as it comes through, but it's sheer. We've all seen damage from sheer winds from time to time. It never means that it's going to be on the ground, but it always has the potential to drop down, blow your garbage cans around, do some wind damage to your sheds. We've seen that. This is what we're looking at here this morning. Again, only thunderstorm warnings. I don't want to frighten anybody and make this something more than it is. I'm not here, and I never will be a fear type of person to do that. That's not what we're here. We're all here to make sure that we're all safe and we get through storms that come through our area. Now let's move up here. Let's get right back into Clarke County in between Archusa, and this is going to be just due south of where Cooper's Chapel is. Y'all know where I'm talking about here in Clarke County? We got some sheer winds just there, 68 miles an hour. And again, these circles encompass about a mile wide. Right here's Archusa. As you cut across through the woods, this is where you'll be. Our next road, this is Davis Road. This will be due south of Davis Road where Cooper sits, due south of there. This is moving all to the northeast. So everybody in the eastern part of the county, y'all be prepared. We're going to get some wind and rain moving through there. All right, now as we look at radar, if you'll see these purple areas, you see that means it's raining a little bit harder than anywhere else in the county. And we've got this showing up to the northwest of where the co-op is. Let's zoom in on this. I'm starting to be able to see a little bit better and read these roads here. This is County Road 137. If you follow County Road 137 and just a few feet out into the woods there is where it's a little bit harder rain there. See all of these yellow marks? We've got lightning strikes that have been happening throughout the county here this morning. Let's see here and hover over that and see what we've got here. That happened at 5:43 this morning. That was about 10 minutes ago. So it's a lot of lightning involved with the storm as it makes its way across here. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning is going to remain until 6:15 this morning. Lots of activity here. Right there, look at the rain all around Harmony Baptist Church. Now, if you live there on Highway 18, that stretch of highway in Clarke County, y'all be prepared. It is raining, as they say, cats and dogs in the area. We want you to be aware of this. We're starting to see a break over here at Lake Edens, which is good news. And you'll see all of these lines here. This is all moving to the northeast, right across the county there. Heavy, heavy, heavy stuff there. We've got more that's going to come across from Jones County here, but it doesn't have the intensity. You see this? It doesn't have the intensity that these storms that are in Clarke County right now. That's heavy rain. But right there at that Clarke County line, just west of Highway 45 and west of Shibuda, that is pouring. That's a line of storms that's going to come through at Carmichael area, Manassas. Y'all watch this. This is going to be coming your way, as well as right here at Shiloh, County Road 650. Right there, y'all are going to get these storms that have been moving across 45 from the west side of the county. So don't underestimate this. If you've got clothes on the line, they're fixing to get wet, as the old say goes. All right, let's move up and check back on Kemper and Lauderdale County as we look at this. The eastern side of Noxubee County, we've had a line that moved across Highway 45. It's already into Alabama here. We're starting to see lightning strikes here. No warnings in this area. As we come into Kemper County, this is going to pick up. This is Wahalik Baptist Church as you go out to Bennsville. That's where that is, White Horse Mountain, as we come along. This is going to be just shy on the outskirts of DeKalb. This will put it about where the landfill is and due east all the way past Giles into Alabama to Highway 17 where Kim Waste sits, over to Gainesville where the bridge crosses. All of that's heavy rain. We move south here across the Cowboy Church, and look at the lightning that Kemper County has taken over the last little bit. This is going to go from the coal plant there on 493 east to Highway 45, crossing Highway 39. Tons of lightning strikes right there at Blackwater. Be careful. As we come into Lauderdale County, we'll see that we've got rain now in Lauderdale. This cuts across, takes in all of this area where NAS Meridian is, and even where the airstrip. If you're working out at NAS this morning, look at all that rain that's there at the airstrip. This will go back over to West Lauderdale High School. That's kind of the line. Heavier rain at the elementary school, and we come down. This takes in Northeast Elementary, Lamar, these areas here. This moved past Owls, and this is going to be right at the line on Pine Springs Road where the country store is, going up where Oak Tibby is, moving east across Highway 39 where the soccer complex is, Rainbow Lakes, as we get out here to Russell Christian. Heavy rain there on 11 and 80 this morning. We move over downtown Meridian, and it's just past Meridian Community College. 22nd Avenue, as you go over the big bridge into Meridian, it will be harder on the other side when you reach the 3-foot building down through that area. All out here to Southeast High School. Right there at the red light right now is a line. It's going to be making its way over toward Wynot in the next little bit. Now, we move south here past the Girl Scouts. Look at that rain that we've got there. And right here at Long Creek Ball Field, pouring rain, and that's moving east again. As we get here, got heavy rain moving into Causeyville if you live in that area. Now, the line has moved since we've been talking here. East, here is Clarko State Park. This is getting better, which means it's all in the eastern side. Still heavy rain there, but the threat now in Clarke County is the eastern side. We look at this cutting across. If you live in Energy, it's still in your area there. That cuts across the line right there at Cooper's Chapel. It cuts across, going to take in the landfill just east of Jay's Taxidermy down to just now north if you'll look at that, right there at the Dollar General, that's the line there of the severe thunderstorm warning. We still got a lot of winds making its way across the county. Carmichael, y'all see that right there? You've got winds in the air above you, and then also right here at Shady Grove Church. In those areas there, we're going to have this moving through the Shiloh area. County Road 650, y'all be ready for some heavy rain to make your way. This line here on Highway 45, if you're traveling out of Shibuda toward Quitman, going to make your way toward Lauderdale County, if you can, wait 20 minutes. It'll be a game changer in about 20 minutes from now. It is so hard to see, and this is one of those moments, if you've got to drive, you got to keep both hands on the wheel. Be careful there. As I look at some notes here, and I've been seeing your comments. I've been focusing more on the radar side. Let's go over here. Cody Freeman, good morning. Glad you're watching us. Nothing better. Lightning was so hard coming to work, I almost had to turn around. Thanks for watching there. The Preston pit stop there up in Kemper County. It was pretty rough there. Wayne and Dolores Roberts, good morning. Rhonda Chambers, Creel. Almost didn't say your last name, did I? County Road 480, pouring rain, Roy said there. Debbie Harmon, good morning to you. Carol Holyfield is up. Ashley McDonald, hailing in and off in the Laurel area. As you wanted to know about Laurel, let's go down and take a look at Laurel of what we've got here. Now, it's no major thunderstorms, and it's in the eastern side. That southeast corner here is the only thing remaining here in Jones County. Jones Junior College still going to have some heavy rains there, but it's moved east, the threat. And this is going to move on into Wayne County here in just a little bit. As we look back on this, you see these storms here that are, here's Macomb. All of this stuff moving kind of northeasterly and will make its way across here. So the threat of all of this will be, let's turn off location so you can see this a little bit better. The threat of this will be out of here before 10 o'clock, most likely, moving to this southeast corner. Now, let me be clear. I made a post on this last night of the storms that we have this morning are going to be minute compared to what's coming next week. It's going to be a lot more severe weather. And what the National Weather Service is telling us, this should come in late Tuesday, maybe early Wednesday, right around in there. That's what we're looking at. So be prepared. Have a weather plan before next week. This could make this look like child's play. Whenever we start getting notices this early that storms are coming, it's usually a pretty serious thing. We'll watch that closely. We now have a flash flood warning right here. This is going to be for Covington and also Jones County. Flash flood warning. All this red box here. Now, if you're ever watching my updates and you see a red box that starts blinking, that would be a tornado. That is not. That's a flash flood. We still have this area right here, again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning making its way toward Lisbon, Butler area. Y'all be ready there in the edge of Alabama, Highway 17, all of these areas, you're going to get this. Now, as we go back to Lauderdale County, now it's eastern Lauderdale County that is getting this rain, and it travels due north, Highway 45, 39 in eastern Kemper County, all the way over to Livingston, Alabama. Y'all have got this. As we, let's do this and look at the entire state. Before we look at this, the entire state of Mississippi, all the activity is right here. Clarke County, Wayne County, y'all are the cat's meow in the county, in the state rather. We have this tornado watch from Baton Rouge all the way over, but right there is where we've got the severe weather this morning. We've got heavy rains in North Mississippi, all of these areas, up through Jackson, Tennessee. Y'all see that? If you're traveling, if you stay on Highway 45, you would follow that storm just due north of here. So we watch this, eastern Clarke County. You still got a little bit of this rain. And as we turn back on locations, before we'll go here in just a moment, just so that you'll be ready for work and get what you've got to do. We'll be back at 6:30 for a complete update. We've got news headlines of everything that's going on in the area beginning at 6:30. Now, as you'll look at this, this is here's the Dollar General. This is these storms that are cutting across. This is Wayne County, right here at the county line. This storm here is going to cross into Clarke County and then on into Alabama. As we look at this, this just means what this is telling us is this storm here is a little bit stronger than the rest when we see these pop up. And it's going to cut across here, and this is in the next 30 minutes, the shaded area here. Here's the Dollar General. Let's follow this due east across here. Matherville. As you look at this, that area right there, y'all just have a heads up. There's no extra warnings involved in this. And if you were to put this on that scale of 1 to 10 of this becoming something more, it's only at a 3. but it's going to be some strong winds move through your area there in Matherville. I don't want y'all to mistake this. And with this, again, in the air, as we look at this storm here has 81 mile an hour shear winds in the air. I want y'all to be aware of that in this Langsdale area. All of this in eastern Clarke County. Y'all be prepared for storms to cut across here in the next few moments. Let's look here just north of Carmichael. Let's go here to Junction City. Any of you folks there in Clarke County watching from the Junction City area? Look at this. We've got some shear winds floating across there at about 68 miles an hour. As we move north of Junction City, this is going to be County Road 635. Here's Junction City, and we move right up into this area here. Right there. We got some more of these 68 mile an hour shear winds. So it's a lot going on. This right here is County Road 630. This is going to be just to the northeast of there. If you live in these areas, you know exactly where I'm talking about. Now, I know I'm moving in and out a lot with radar, but I have to zoom in to be able to tell you what the roads are. That's the best way I know it. Here's DeSoto. This is going to be due east of there, and you cut across. Here's Brewster right there, Brewer, County Road 690. All of these areas, that's where we're watching this morning. The worst of the storms have made it through the downtown Quitman area. Still raining in Quitman, but we've got that watch box just barely easing across over here to the eastern side of the county. So y'all watch that as well as it gets into Butler and these areas right here. Downtown Butler, y'all are going to get these storms. Let's look back at this. Pouring rain now at Dalewood as we go across to Rainbow Lakes. We got a lot of rain in there. Also going to be right there at Tom Bailey Lake. Do you live there? All right. If you live in Livingston, anywhere here in Cuba, y'all have got rain, but you've got heavier rain on the way here in the next few moments. I don't want you to be caught off guard and it not get you there. Good morning, Misty Broadway. Watching from Bay Springs, Mississippi this morning. Matthew Dennis, Highway 514, getting a lot of rain and wind, Matthew said. Drop in and see Matthew. They help you out there. Eastgate Tire. They'll do a lot to help you anytime you need anything. Yes, this will be clear. Jessica Newsom, if you'll look at this, we've got light showers back over here. There's nothing threatening here. This is going to move. This southern portion here is going to move right through here in the next little bit. It's moving fast. That's good. All of this in Lauderdale County that we've got. Let me turn this off where you can see. As you'll see back to the Jackson area, just light rain. This is the threat that's moving through this morning. Moving a little quicker, I think, than the National Weather Service anticipated. Let's put this in motion where you can kind of see how this moves across. You see how this is done? And this is going to just track right on across into Alabama. And this is current radar of what we're watching here. Hattiesburg getting a lot down here in South Mississippi. But again, the only thunderstorm warning that is occurring right now is right here in Wayne and up in here in Clarke County, right at the Lauderdale County line. As we look at this, as things start to shape up and look a little bit better, let's look at this on the edge of Alabama. Look at how much lightning, folks, we've gotten with this storm. It's been a ton. All right there. We've moved into Alabama. Here's Lisbon, Alabama, right across the line. This is going to be severe thunderstorm warning until 6:30. So you've got about 25 minutes remaining on this. Here's Yantly and all these storms now. The front of it past Hurricane Creek out of Clarke County into Alabama. 68 mile an hour shear winds as we look at this. This comes out of Mississippi, Lauderdale County, McRae Place, and follows right into Alabama and those areas there. So be careful. This is going to phase out here in the next little bit. This thunderstorm warning will run out in 10 minutes for Clarke County. The worst of it has moved across. We still got heavy rains. So keep it in mind. Alabama heads up. Toxie, Gilberttown, y'all are going to get this rain as it comes across to your area this morning. But one of the biggest lightning events we've had in quite some time as we look at radar and all that's going on this morning. Now, we'll be back here in just bad lightning there in Giles, Linda Jane says. Julie Parker, good morning to you. Glad you joined us there. A lot of lightning, Heather Nance Miller said this morning. Appreciate y'all joining there. Again, we've got a special treat for everyone if you haven't watched. Mike Compton is going to be joining us here in just a little bit at 8 o'clock. A Mississippi native, a Grammy winner. Have you ever watched the movie The Soggy Bottom Boys, Man of Constant Sorrow? Yeah, the mandolin that's played on that, he's the guy that played it from right here in our area. He's going to be in this morning to talk about all that he's done. He's got over 140 albums to his name. Pretty impressive. Played with Dolly. So he'll be here to tell us all about A Hometown Man Does Well. He'll join us, and what a great album that was. I think, 7 million copies of that sold? Pretty cool. That all happens at 8 o'clock, so come back and join us. We'll get ready now to kick off at 6:30 with all the news and headlines of everything that's going on. Join us. And let me say thank you for being a part of this each and every day. Thanks to all of our sponsors as you see them rotate up and across the screen each and every day. Thank y'all so much. We'll be back soon with more weather updates and, some headlines for you to let you know what's going on in our area. God bless, and we'll see you back in just a moment.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by our following partners: